Hello there, my name is Tyler, and I'm a big Star Wars fan. Star Wars trailer just came out. I want to go ahead and do a little breakdown and analysis of stuff. And let's just get right on to it. First off, right off the bat, we can see that this preview has been approved. This movie is good to go. This movie is already in good hands. Right off the bat here, we have Daisy Ridley's character open up a hatch, but the thing I really want to draw attention to here is right here. This looks like to be some sort of star field. Obviously, it's just the latch that Daisy Ridley's character opens up. But my theory is, at the start of every Star Wars movie, we have the opening title cards. It's in space. The camera tilts down through the stars to maybe like a planet or a starship or something. What if we have the title card again? That's in for sure. And then let's say that the camera just stays on the stars for a moment, and then whoosh, we open up, and this is the very first shot we see. This is the very first shot, the very first scene. It would be something completely different. We haven't seen anything like that before in a Star Wars movie, and it would definitely differentiate it between the other two trilogies. I think this would be something cool. I would be very happy with. I would not be upset about it at all. It would bring the audience right into the action. We have Daisy Ridley's character in, it looks to be some sort of downed starship. This shot right here is absolutely beautiful. What a cool concept for a scene, rummaging through a downed Imperial destroyer. It seems like we see the wing of a TIE fighter on the ground, right below her rope there. This is going to be such a beautiful scene. Absolutely fantastic. Next scene here, we have Daisy Ridley's character along with her good friend BB-8, the droid, in a scene very reminiscent of Luke Skywalker's stare at the two moons on Tatooine scene. As far as I know, this seems to be Jakku, I believe, which is a new planet for the new trilogy. It's Tatooine-like, obviously, with the sand and such, but it is not Tatooine, evidently. So it seems like Daisy Ridley's character is the main protagonist here. She's going to be the quote-unquote Luke of the series, it seems like, which is great, fantastic. I've heard a lot of speculation that this thing in the bottom right corner here is an AT-AT Walker foot. I don't know. It could be. It would make sense with the downed Star Destroyer. Perhaps other past Empire things have been destroyed as well and are in this desert. I do not know. So that could be cool. That could be something cool. And here we have our first look at Daisy Ridley's character. She's obviously worn down among the poor of the people. Notice there's not a lot in the background. There's not a lot of buildings. She's not in a city. It's at a very hut-like town area. Very reminiscent of Luke on Tatooine. She's rummaging through whatever thing she has, some engine parts maybe, some sort of technology, something. She's good with her hands maybe. She's savvy like Luke was with working on the droids. So she looks beat up, beat down. Again, I say again, very reminiscent of Luke. Evidently, this film, Lucasfilm, helped with this movie, I guess. And here we have our first shot of the New Order, or the First Order. I apologize, the First Order. This is like the new Empire, basically. Keep in mind, this is on a ice-like planet. Notice in the background we see some icy mountains. This is clearly like their home base. We see some stormtroopers on the left there with what looks like oxygen tanks or jetpacks maybe. That's cool. So maybe obviously we have some different classes here, but really take note on the Hoth-like mountains and snow and ice in the background. That'll come up later. We have John Boyega's character, who seems to be a stormtrooper, who I'm theorizing this is his ship that crashed, and he landed. John Boyega's character landed on this planet, and it looks like Daisy Ridley's character's town here, and maybe he stumbled upon. This is how John Boyega and Daisy Ridley's characters meet. He crash lands, finds her here. Notice he's wearing all black and he's carrying this jacket that'll come up later. We have just a reaction shot here. And now we have Kylo Ren, one of the Knights of Ren. He seems to be staring out at, apparently there is a new quote-unquote Death Star the size of a planet called Star Killer Base. And this might be it firing these red lasers. That'll also come up here in a couple seconds. That'll come up again. Evidently Kylo Ren looks very ominous. He's a big Vader fanboy, and that is evident by the fact he has his head. My main question here is how did he come by this helmet? Obviously at the end of Return of the Jedi, Vader is killed and set on fire by Luke, given a Viking funeral, as one would say. So how did he come in possession of this? Did Luke go back, take it? He get it stolen from Luke? Did another higher ranking Empire person find Vader's head? Very, very interesting. I want to know the backstory here, and I'm sure there's a good one. So that's cool. And then we have Kylo Ren. Hold on, I gotta turn off annotations. Boop. Kylo Ren's character, seemingly turning Poe. I believe this is Poe, another character Poe, turning Poe to the dark side, which would make for a very interesting conflict between characters, as you'll see later, when there is a meeting between Poe here and John Boyega's character. So here we see that red again from that zoom in on Kylo Ren. So perhaps this is the Star Killer Base has fired, has destroyed a star, a planet, or of something. That the red color here kind of ties those two scenes together, I feel like. And then we have, of course, the Millennium Falcon. How can we not have the Millennium Falcon? Perhaps that Star Destroyer in the background is the same one that Daisy Ridley's character was spelunking in. My question is, where's this fight from? Where are these two TIE fighters going? Like, is this just a random encounter? Is this the end of a fight? I don't know. And then we have this great confrontation here between the two new leads and our classic Han Solo. Here he's saying, it's true, all of it, the Jedi, the dark side, it's all true, which is a long way away from him not believing in these hokey religions and believing that a good blaster is all you need. So it's very cool to see his character kind of make that full circle arc here. So he seems to kind of be a mentor to these two new characters. And here we have a great shot of going into hyperspace. Fantastic, very cool. This movie's coming out on Christmas. Here we have the Knights of Ren. It seems like obviously dead center is Kylo Ren with his crazy lightsaber. And it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm counting 7 characters here. The one on the left looks a lot like a Boba Fett. It looks a lot like a Fett, I'll tell you that much. So that's interesting. They each seem to have their own unique blasters and guns and stuff. So this looks like a gang that you don't want to hang out with. So I'm interested to see what they do as a group. Now we have these beautiful shots of the of the X-Wings coming over the lake here, getting ready to attack some stormtroopers. If you notice on the horizon, it's such a cool shot. If you notice on the horizon, you can see the X-Wings coming in formation. Imagine being a stormtrooper on this beach and seeing like this Valkyrie of X-Wings coming to just kill you, basically. I throw what planet this is, I have no idea. Obviously, this is a place that has recently seen battle. There's still some fires burning. So this is something has just happened here. Now a second wave of X-Wings are coming. Second wave, no pun intended, of X-Wings are coming to finish the job, it seems like. And then we get some fantastic aerial battle sequences going on here. And here we have Poe and John Boyega meet. So this is interesting. If John Boyega kind of becomes more of a Jedi and Poe, if that was Poe earlier, gets turned to the dark side, this could be a very interesting confrontation right here. And when the camera turns, we see the Millennium Falcon in the background, ready to go to battle. So that's cool. So this looks like it's the Rebel base of operations here on a very nice, greenish, lush planet, which is a nice change of pace from, Hoth. And this is my favorite shot right here. This is, I'm going to watch this a couple times. what a great shot. I love this. Just you can see the each hit of the lasers on from the X-wing hit that TIE fighter, and it just the way it explodes. I just love this shot so much. And this is from that same scene on the beach where we saw the wave of X-wings coming on. I just love this scene so much. I need that in a GIF. So now, if I go back here, this looks to be back on Daisy Ridley character's homeworld, and notice John Boyega's clothes, right? So he's in the all black, and he's wearing that jacket that he was holding earlier. So it definitely seems like he was in that TIE fighter, crash landed on this planet, found Daisy Ridley's hometown, and they meet, and now stuff's blowing up, and they got to deal with it. And this next shot we have Han Solo. Han Solo definitely seems to be the Obi-Wan Kenobi of this episode. I've heard a lot of rumors in the if you look at the top center of this shot, you can see a Mandalorian symbol of a flag. A lot of people saying, "Oh, there's Boba Fett Mandalorian base or something like that." There's a lot of flags up there. It seems that people from all over the world, all over the galaxy, kind of come and just place a flag here. Maybe this is some sort of Jedi temple. Definitely some sort of temple. But the most interesting thing about this scene is the absence of Chewbacca. Now, keep that in mind. In a couple seconds, I might have some bad news for you. Just keep in mind that Chewbacca is not in the scene. When has there been a scene when Chewbacca was not next to Han Solo? We'll continue on. This shot's been getting a lot of talk. I'm going to go right out and say it. This is Luke Skywalker right here, the metal hand touching R2. Obviously, Luke would keep R2. I think this is the first time we've seen R2. I don't think we've seen 3PO at all. He's in this movie, but this is the first time we've seen R2, and I'm going to go out and say that this is Luke Skywalker. They've been keeping Luke's character very hush-hush throughout all the marketing for this movie. He's not even on the poster. Take notice of the background here. Very dark, fiery. There's embers kind of floating in midair. And in the next shot, same thing. Dark, embers floating in midair. Ominous looking planet. And now the First Order's taking over with Captain Phasma here in charge of that. Not a lot is known about this character. I know next to nothing about Captain Phasma. But she seems to be a very important character, the leader of the stormtroopers, I guess. So I'm interested to see more about. But what's great about these trailers is that I still don't know anything about this movie. Everyone's been saying that. No one knows anything about this movie. No one knows the plot. No one knows what's going on. So that's great. That's how you know marketing is doing its job. Great shot here of Kylo Ren's lightsaber. And now here, I'm sorry. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Daisy really is. She's a little sad. She's a little upset. There's something in the foreground out of focus. It looks a little hairy. If you look at on the right, bottom right of the screen, it looks like a belt of some kind. Like that. It looks like that kind of belt from Chewbacca. In this shot, Chewbacca is already injured. So it's not looking too good for Chewie. I'm sorry. I think Chewbacca might bite the dust in this movie. It goes back to he wasn't in that scene with Han. So all very interesting. It's not looking too good for Chewbacca right now. We see BB-8 in an X-wing here, and now we have some aerial battles. Now remember earlier when I said that the First Order, when we saw those stormtroopers lined up, if I can see if I can find that shot. It's right here. Nope. And right there. Notice, snowy background, very vivid architecture kind of just sticking out of the mountains. And now we have that same kind of setup in this scene. So perhaps this is the Star Killer base, the new quote-unquote Death Star. You can even see the trench. So I don't know if the Empire has learned their lesson yet, but you can see the trench. So Perhaps this is the final climax of the movie, the final big epic battle. Some these air battles look so freaking cool. Some stormtroopers running out. Daisy Ridley's character in an unknown area, a forest. Um, this is back on that beach. Kylo Ren not looking too happy. Some explosions. Han Solo and Princess Leia. This is a great scene. Embracing, hugging. This looks to be on the Rebel base. And now we have John Boyega wielding a lightsaber. I want you to notice, look at how straight and narrow, not narrow, but just how perfectly straight this lightsaber is, right? And now look at this monster of a lightsaber. This lightsaber does not look nice. This lightsaber looks like it was designed by anger itself. So now John Boyega's character is a little bit terrified. And if we play this at full speed, you can really see just how outmatched he is already. Kylo Ren is just mocking him, walking toward him. He's back. John Boyega's backing up, very petrified. Kylo Ren is having none of it. Also, Kylo Ren is maskless here. He's not wearing a helmet. Interesting character choice, but he's not wearing a helmet here, which is interesting. So maybe they've been battling for a little bit and came off in battle. Maybe John Boyega's character recognized Kylo Ren from a picture or something, and now he's like, oh my god, I have to fight him? I know you. Oh, goodness. So that could be very interesting as well. And I think that's it. Yes. Okay, that is it. Again, this was a breakdown of Star Wars: The Force Awakens, which comes out December 18th. Great trailer. I'm sure all of us are looking forward to the movie. This trailer revealed a lot without telling us anything. I still know nothing about this movie. I don't know who anybody is. So, again, thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll do this for some more trailers in the future. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.